Hello, and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have the Mars Toys Gus Fring. So this is going to go one of three ways. You're either here to watch what is going to happen with the regular guy, you're going to want to watch just the blowy uppy guy, or you're here for the mega review 2-pack of the blowy uppy and the regular guy. Because I like to, separate just in case somebody wants to just see one over the other, or they want to see both. Either way, big week, double figure pack, Gus Fring. I just finished Breaking Bad. I know, sin, crime, I should be arrested, but I just now officially finished Breaking Bad. I've yet to watch Better Call Saul, but I finished Breaking Bad, and I thought it was a perfect time to finally start grabbing some of these Breaking Bad figures and add them to my collection, so I've started with Mr. Fring. Technically, I didn't start with Mr. Fring, but it's the first one to get here, so technically I started with Mr. Gus Fring. So here's the box. It's a nice purple and like an aqua or a teal kind of thing. It's got the nice Gus Fring. You got your elements there. Fun stuff. I don't know what those elements are or if they're even real. If they are real, I'm going to pop them right here on the screen right now. And there you go. Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe it. But yes, here he is. Here's the box, and I am looking forward to getting this guy out of the box. I like the box art. Nice and simple. Nothing too crazy figures on the box, like Mars Toys like to do. But anyway, let's get this Sully from Monsters, Inc. colored box off of here, and let's talk about some figures. But if you came here for this half of the figure and you just wanted to see how this guy looked, well, here you go. This is kind of like the Dark Knight Two-Face kind of thing, but a little bit crazier because, I mean, from one half, he looks genuinely perfectly fine, and from the other half, he is dead as a doorknob. And it is crazy how much detail and attention went into that sculpt, because it does look so good. It is unfortunate that, I mean, pretty much it is a one-off scene kind of thing, so you can only use it for one real pose, which is that one. But it is still really cool to have because it is just, such an iconic moment of the show. Spoilers for a show that I just now finished. This does happen. I'm sorry if you haven't seen it yet. You should probably get on that before watching this review. But man, this one is crazy. I cannot wait to talk about this a little bit more. But obviously, we still have some more to go. So why don't we get him off of the spinning turntable here and bring him to the next part of the video. Then here we have the pained version. I should probably put his hands down, but I just love this pose so much. It's like hard to, it's hard to give up, but I'll put his hands down. So he comes with the same accessories because they both come in the same thing. So you don't really need to talk about those all that much. However, quick recap if you haven't already seen them or you've forgotten about it. Los Pollos Locos bucket. We've got our shot glass, our box cutters, flip phone, syringe, Zafrio, and let's also talk about the hands here real quick, because he does have a set of hands that are specific to this outfit because it's got blood on them, because he's got one bloody hand and one regular hand. So you can use those bloody hands on his right hand, which will help, obviously, emphasize the look that little bit more. And it really helps to bring the figure a little bit more to life. Unfortunately, this guy is not alive. Not in the slightest. This sculpt is crazy. This is like Hot Toys. Like I said, this is like the Hot Toys Two-Face sculpt levels of crazy, because there is insane detail in here. This is like makeup artist for The Walking Dead level detail, and I am all for it. This sculpt has absolutely blown me away with how insanely well it's been done. Obviously, you have your Gus on this side. Doesn't have his glasses on anymore because they've obviously been blown off. Let's see if I can get the lighting a little bit better. But you got your big reveal perfectly down the center. It looks stunning. I cannot believe that Mars Toys went out of their way to make this extra thing. You can see his ears being blown off, his whole face. there's an eye socket here. If you remember, he does blink a little bit before he dies. They even have some teeth hanging on there, it looks like. It is just crazy the level of detail and work that went into this to make just, I mean, to two pack, with one being just a very, very specific scene thing, but they still managed to pull it across so nicely at the end of the day. It makes me very, very happy. I really have nothing to complain about this sculpt. He looks pretty much exactly like he should. He does have a bit of shock on his face. His mouth is open, unlike the other one. The other one is more serious. This one's got like a little bit like a gape openness to it. Like he's genuinely shocked that it happened. Which, I mean, anybody who has half their face blown off would probably be genuinely shocked that it happened. But it is really, really nicely done. This whole side of the face is just fantastically done. But it's not just the face, it is the suit as well. The suit did take a little less brunt of the action. You can see the tie here has a little bit of scarring and some charring and some burntness to it. There's some blood and a lot of red going on here. I'm shocked that only his face blew off, because I mean, he stood up and he kind of, I guess the blast just kind of blasted half of his face. But you know, big reveal for a scene. It happens like that. But the suit, you can see there's a lot of ripping and shredding here. It's really well done, and it kind of reminds me of the suit from the President Loki. But you can just see all the attention to detail that went into making sure that this thing looked like it's been shredded. Specifically on one side, you can see the suit is also darker than the other one, like it's been ashen and a little bit more, you know, blown up-y. But I just, I think that this suit has been really extremely well translated. Even the undershirt here, it's got some like nice orange. Hold on, it's nice orangey up here at the top, and the collar's been blown off. And if you look underneath, there's still more detail. Just not too much, but a little bit. Just be careful, because some of these are very thinly held on. But yes, this, I mean, the blown up suit is miraculously stunning in its own special sort of way. Coming down, we do have just more of the regular suit. It's nothing really special from here, other than our single bloodied hand, which we did talk about a little bit previously. We got our buttons on the back of our collar, our sleeves here. But other than that, pretty much the only part of the suit that took damage is right up here. His legs, scot-free somehow, and his shoes are clean as hell. I would have assumed his shoes would have been extremely bloody, but I guess somehow his shoes were unscuffed and perfectly fine. You know, take it or leave it. This guy knew how to take care of his clothing, almost take care of his clothing, to the end. Anyway, why don't we finally take this guy off of this part and bring him down to some comparisons, where we'll talk about the two of them all together and see just how well they look next to each other. And maybe, if you're lucky, I'll bring out Moff Gideon and we'll see how that looks. Only the original one, not the newer one. I didn't get the Mando Season 3 one. I wasn't a huge fan of it. But let's do that right now. So here we have the two of them together, finally, at last. I know, you've been waiting all day to see the two of these together, but here they are. And like I said in the part with the blown up version, you could definitely see that suit is darker. It's got more like smoky, ashy color to it. This one is a nice, pristine, vibrant, just straight blue. This one's got some more blacks to it. You can almost not even see the lining here. It's definitely seemed like it has been around town. There's been some things going on. Something must have happened to this Gus, because I mean, he doesn't look like he's quite all there. God only knows what could have happened. But yes, these two, they do look fantastic next to each other. I am super happy to have a Gus double event here, all of a sudden up on the old shelves. And I have no clue where to put this. I genuinely don't have the space for Breaking Bad right now, so I'll have to figure that out. But for now, we do have a Gus 2-pack. And I'm happy to say I'm happy with both of them and the way they look. But you know what? Just in case you forgot what this guy looks like, or you forgot what the Hot Toys one looks like, why don't we pull that out too, so we could show you, like I'm a hive mind, so I can show you kind of what the Hot Toys version looks like with this guy. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the same guy, right? But for this guy here, he's going straight to articulation. But if you're here for this guy, obviously, we've got ourselves a still life-ending 360 degrees. Up that far and down that far. Back and forth. Easy peasy, am I right? Up that far. Up that far. Back, I mean, kind of, but he's kind of crunched, so back that far. And another solid, nice elbow bend. Still some crunch action. Again, be careful, you don't untuck anything. Same amount of spread. Leg goes up a little bit further. Interesting. Leg doesn't go back none. Still got a really nice crunchy knee bend and some straight foot articulation. So you do get the best of both worlds with both of these guys. Obviously, they get some real good bending, and you get about the same amount of articulation. So you can do the same amount of things with both of them. But obviously, Mr. Unhappy Grumpy Gus does have to get himself to the end of the video. So let's do that right now. So all in all, I mean, the exploded guy is the baller part of this 2-pack here. It is just such a cool thing to get, especially because, you expect to get the Gus. You're like, oh, Mars Toys makes a Gus, so that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a 6-scale Gus, and I'm going to be happy. Or, Present Toys makes the Gus. I get Gus, I'm happy. You wouldn't expect Mars Toys makes a Gus and the Gus that you get for maybe, like, less than 20 seconds of exploded time. But when you do get it, you're just like, why did nobody else make this? This is such a cool thing to have. Even though, like I continue to say, it gets barely any screen time. It is just, sometimes you want those one-off things. It's like getting, now Hot Toys is making the Human Torch from Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, it's a cool thing, but he's not really in the movie all that much to even warrant getting it. He doesn't really do anything in the movie. Obviously, you want it because it's Chris Evans as the Human Torch back after like 20 years. And this is something cool because it's like, you get Gus and you finally get that moment where Walter wins. He beats Gus and he does it in such a way that, I mean, you think for a second that Gus is immortal and that he survived, and then boom, that. You win because now you have a 6-scale figure of it as well. Hopefully, at some points, Mars Toys does maybe a Hector Salamanca or something, so you can really get the action together. You could get your Gus with the syringe, and you can have this somewhere near it as well. You can really do whatever your mind wants, just like I've decided that this guy will be advertising Zafiro alcohol in his final moments. Zafiro. And I'm happy with it. If you've picked up any of these Mars Toys figures for Breaking Bad, which ones have you picked up? Did you grab these ones, the 3-0 ones, the Present Toys ones? Are you collecting Breaking Bad figures? I know it's kind of weird to collect just like regular everyday 6-scale guys. It's not the same as like Star Wars or Marvel or DC, but sometimes it's nice to have that breakup where you have like, your normal average everyday Joe. He's not really an average everyday Joe, but you get it. It's just, it's him in a suit. There's nothing really that special to stand out. Obviously this one, but the other version is is nothing really special about it. Like Walter White is just some heavy set dude in a plaid shirt and a jacket. But there's something just special about picking up stuff like this that really just makes me happy. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like the video or subscribe, because the channel's been doing really nicely recently, and I'd love to keep that momentum rolling. because I really enjoy making this stuff for you guys. I have the time of my life. I just think about it all day. I'm like, I can't wait to go home and record my videos so that I can share the stuff that I got with you guys. Because it's like my favorite thing to do now is just talk to you guys about all the things that I've gotten and what you got, things you guys are getting. It's just like a fun dynamic that we all share now. I mean, we built a little community here, and I'd love to keep that growing because I'm having the time of my life with it. And with all of that, you know, out of the way, I've been me and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6 scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.